My brothers! I'm IFBB Pro Britt Larson. Welcome to my limitless space. Today we are talking about mindset and breaking those self-limiting beliefs. Check out my shirt, dude. One of my besties made this for me. I love it. It's so cool. Brother, you are magical. Breaking self-limiting beliefs can be a challenging process, but there are several steps that you can take to overcome them. First, you need to know what they are. What is a self-limiting belief? A self-limiting belief is a belief or a mindset that you hold about yourself that limits your ability to achieve goals or reach your full potential. These might be the thoughts that you have about yourself, your abilities, or the world around you. These beliefs can take many forms, such as negative self-talk, limiting thoughts, or limiting assumptions. Some examples of self-limiting beliefs would be, I'm not good enough. I'll never be able to achieve that. I'm not smart enough to understand that. I'll never be able to change. I'm not worthy of love or success, happiness. And these beliefs can manifest in various ways. For example, like avoiding certain tasks or opportunities, or by causing you to, doubt your abilities and feel unmotivated. It can also reshape your perception of the world, and that affects your decisions and your actions. It affects everything and everyone else in your life. Recognizing, challenging, and rewriting these beliefs is an important step to your self-growth and personal development. This is something that I really wish that I was aware of earlier in my life. It's a powerful tool that you can use to change your life. So how do you identify these self-limiting beliefs? Identifying these beliefs requires self-reflection. Self-reflection is the process of examining yourself, your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. You begin by being open and willing. Pay attention to the reactions to feedback and constructive criticism. Are there certain types of feedback that trigger negative emotions and defensive reactions? This may indicate a limiting belief or something sticky there that needs to be worked with. Do you automatically go into attack mode, or do you pause, take a breath, and use your noggin? When I feel something, bubbling up in response to whatever is happening around me, I know that I need to sit with it and dig deeper. It's not easy. I give myself space. I allow myself to be curious about it, and when I find this belief, I imagine holding it in my hands and asking, where did you come from? Did I plant this seed? Why? Or is it something that I just picked up along the way of life? This awareness, this takes time. It's not an instant thing. You don't always get instant answers. You have to keep at it. And I now know to do my very best with being more patient and kind to myself. But no matter who or what planted the seed, I ask myself, does it serve me? Why is it bringing this bubbling feeling up? And if I find this belief is infecting my garden, it has to be dealt with. I got flashbacks. I woke to find all my plants taken over. Spider mite infestation. Alcohol was sold out everywhere. I did what any normal plant mom would do. Showed up to the liquor store before it opened, bought out as much Everclear as I could. It worked. I kept having some feelings of judgment bubbling up for me. Feeling judged, just icky stuff. It was driving me absolutely bonkers. People that I liked before, things that I enjoyed, everything was just icky. And during a conversation with one of my soul sisters, Danny, she asked if I was also the one doing the judging, and that could be why it kept coming up for me. The truth of that both stung and empowered me to ask myself questions. I realized that it came from a lot of different pain points for me, and I was tired of feeling that way all the time. So I pulled out my shovel and I dug in. I did the work to tidy up that sticky, stinky area in my life, and it took some time. What you look for, you will find. What you put your focus on, energy flows. What you put out there comes back to you. So give yourself some space to sit with you and ask yourself questions. Have a dedicated journal, or if you're not all in on the journal thing, I've been there, brother. No judgment. Just simply sit with yourself and be with intention. We're not just sitting there to scroll and ignore our inner world. We're putting everything down and we are sitting with ourselves. You can also listen to some calming energy sounds or a guided meditation and make some mental notes of what pops up. Although I highly encourage a journal if you are really looking to make progress as you navigate and adventure your internal world. You can find a journal with writing prompts. There are blank journals that you can use as you do maybe a guided meditation, or you can make your own. This is your time after all. So you're going to ask yourself some questions. What are my thoughts and feelings about a certain situation or task? What are my automatic responses to certain people, situations, or events? What are my underlying assumptions and expectations of myself and other people? And what are my fears? What are my insecurities? What are things that could be holding me back? These are just a few questions that you can ask yourself. Like I said, there are journal prompts and many other avenues that you can go down. I have a nightly wind down routine. I put on tunes, I stretch, do some mobility or some yoga, I meditate, and I write. At first, it wasn't my thing. It was really challenging to get in the habit of doing it, get out of the habit that I had currently had of winding down on the couch, hyperfixating on true crime, and wondering why I'm having so many nightmares at night. Why do we do this to ourselves? To turn off YouTube and pick up another habit was uncomfortable, but now I enjoy it. I look forward to it. And if I find that something has popped up for me, I have some direction, I have some guidance, and I know what area I need to sort of look at. It helps me navigate my mind, navigate how I'm feeling, always finding reasons to be grateful. I'm now more curious and trusting, much more loving and understanding of myself and others, more in tune about what's going on in here. I also wake up with a sense of peace, and I have way less nightmares. Okay, so now you have these stinky beliefs sitting in your lap. What do you do with these dudes? Bro, you challenge them. Like, once you've identified it, that self-limiting belief, that thing that's been weighing you down, you need to ask yourself, is this really true here? Some ways to challenge these self-limiting beliefs would be to question the evidence. Ask yourself what evidence you have to support this belief. Is it based on fact, or is it based on a perception that a jealous friend projected on you and then you thought it was true? Becky lied, bruh. But sometimes people suck. Younger me didn't know that I could question this. I thought friends were honest and loving. But again, some people suck, so question it. We're gonna look for the counter evidence. Try to find examples in your life that contradict this self-limiting belief that you have. This can help show you that this belief isn't always true. You know, Balloon Knob Becky told me that I was ugly and that everyone hated me and they were calling me names and laughed behind my back. And this also happened in my very important developmental years. So I didn't realize that belief had stuck with me throughout the teen years into my adult years, and it bled over into everything else in my life. And I did not realize this until I was brave enough, until I had enough courage to look within myself and figure out what's really going on. So now, when I feel something creeping up on me, and it does from time to time, you keep working at it until a new pathway is created. But when I do feel something creeping up on me, I stop, take a breath, and sit back to look up at all of the love and words that my people have given me. My office is good vibes. It's filled with cards and notes and gifts and love. I'm an absolute goober smooch. And I love looking up at all of the letters that my husband has written me, or the Sakura puzzle box that he made me. And the trophies represent a lot of hard work, and the thoughtful cards and the smiles of my people on stage, or the paintings or the drawings longtime clients' kids have given me, how they call me coach. We've all been together for so long that it just feels like we're family. This is my good vibe space and where I create. So when there is a self-limiting belief that is trying to bubble up, I can look up and I immediately have that counter evidence to provide a reminder that what I'm feeling in that moment isn't necessarily true, because clearly all of this is something. And that makes me feel wonderful. Another way that you can challenge these self-limiting beliefs is by checking in with yourself. Be present in the moment and observe your thoughts and your actions. Without judgment, this will help you to identify patterns of negative thinking that might be self-limiting beliefs. When I'm working on a new pattern, or I'm trying to get more in tune with where my mind's at, where it tends to wander, I will set alarms on my phone to check in with myself. And if I'm in a funky state of mind, I will note it and direct it to a better place. The more you direct the flow, the easier and easier the pattern becomes. Your old way of thinking is gonna grow over, and your mind's gonna start choosing that new pathway. So keep at it, keep on this new pathway. It's also important to remember that challenging these self-limiting beliefs is a process, and it takes time. To change anything requires effort, but it is possible to overcome them. It is possible to create new pathways. It is possible to create new beliefs. You just need to get your mindset right. All right, So we've shined the light on some limiting beliefs. We've dug in and started challenging them and pulling out some of those roots. So now what do? We replace the limiting beliefs with beliefs that are empowering. How do you not know this? Anchors, changing perspectives, empowering thoughts. An anchor thought is a term that is used in cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, to refer to a positive or a beneficial thought or a belief that someone can hold on to during a hard or difficult or negative situation. The idea is that the anchor thought can help the person to reframe their perspective and stay grounded in a more positive mindset. And when you're having a hard moment, it is so difficult to pull yourself out of it on your own. And that's why I make anchors. When I'm in a calm place of mind, when I'm happy, when things are going great and I'm feeling it, I will write down empowering anchor thoughts. And I do this when I'm happy because I know that I will use these as reminders on a lower day. Another way is by changing your perspective. By changing your perspective or your attitude towards a situation, it can have a significant impact on your life. By altering your mindset, you can change the way that you view the world and the way that you interact with it. There's a famous quote by Wayne Dyer: "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." This quote emphasizes that by changing your perspective, you can change the way you see and interpret the world. This idea also implies that sometimes the way we perceive things might be the problem, and changing our point of view on it could lead to different and or better outcomes. One way to change your perspective is to seek out new information. This involves, gaining new knowledge and perspectives that can challenge our current beliefs. For example, reading books, writing articles, listening to podcasts, YouTube. YouTube has so many things. I was terrified of spiders. One day, I just decided to learn more about them. Come to find out, all of my fears were not as big as I thought they were. Now I have 5 tarantulas, 4 jumping spiders, and I am nurturing a praying mantis egg sac that I found in my gym. When you have more information about something, it can change the way you look at it. So always be open to new perspectives. This way you don't get stuck in your current pattern of thinking. Changing your point of view can bring in new insights, opportunities, and solutions to your problems. Another thing to do is to empower yourself. When you have an icky sort of belief pop up, write it down. This is an exercise that you're going to do to help yourself. You're going to write it down and you are going to mark through it. Then you are going to replace that thought or that belief with a better version that works for you. This is important. This is hard, but this is important. You need to replace it with a better version that speaks life over you. And we're going to use positive affirmations, empowering thoughts, and focus on the benefits to reinforce this new perspective. Examples of this would be replacing "I'm not good enough" with "I am worthy and capable." But digging into this one a little more. So yes, you are worthy and capable, but also, why do you think you're not quote unquote good enough? Are you truly applying yourself? And I say that to tell you this. I find that thought tends to creep in when I'm not living up to my highest self. So when you feel that "I'm not good enough" pop up for you, really dig into the why do you think that, and continue to ask yourself why until you narrow it down. "I can't do this" can be replaced with "I can learn and grow." "I'm not successful" can be replaced with "I'm on my way to success." Keep going, my friends. We are always growing. We are always evolving. You got this. You are one day closer. Keep climbing that mountain, baby. "I am not smart enough" can be replaced with "I am capable of learning and growing my intelligence." And I have to tell myself this one often. After the stroke, I have some difficulties and it plays with my head. But the truth is, when I really get down to the nitty-gritty of it, the only thing that is standing in my way is that belief that I have created. I can, I will, and I am still growing. That belief can suck it. "I am not attractive" can be replaced with "I am beautiful in my own way." But also, to who? I know attraction is a thing, cause my goodness did I hit the jackpot with my husband. But it's the spirit, it's who you are. I've met some of the most beautiful and successful people in this industry. And once I met them and once I learned more about them, some of them just had some sour souls, man. And that really changed it for me. So focus on being a beautiful person in your heart that is going to radiate and shine out. If you think you're not capable of reaching your goals, tell yourself that you have the ability to achieve your goals. But the thing is that none of this works unless you take action. Take small steps towards achieving your goals, despite your self-limiting beliefs. And as you achieve success, your belief in yourself will grow, and the limiting belief will lose its power over you. Freedom, baby. You have to take action. There's no book, no podcast, no random stranger on the internet, no coach that can actually make you take action. That's on you. Action is on you. And this video isn't meant to be just rainbows. There's gonna be some farts in here too, y'all. The frog can't just think himself out of a boiling pot. He's gotta take action, baby. He's gotta jump. So take action, jump. And it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but the more that you step out of your comfort zone and you challenge this self-limiting belief, the more you're gonna believe in yourself. It's about repetition and taking the photos. It's not about, just taking the one perfect photo. You keep going, you keep doing the reps. And there's a concept called cognitive dissonance. It's a term used to describe the discomfort or tension that a person may feel when they hold two or more contradictory beliefs, attitudes, or values at the same time. And by stepping out of their comfort zone and challenging these self-limiting beliefs, they will be faced with new experiences, and new information can conflict with their existing beliefs. This can be very uncomfortable, but it also provides the perfect opportunity for growth and change. And by taking action and proving to yourself that this belief is not true, you'll begin to see your capabilities and potential, which can lead to an increase in self-confidence and self-esteem. Another way to put it is, when you step out of your comfort zone, you're exposing yourself to new experiences and new learning opportunities that can change the way that you think and feel about yourself, about others, about the world. And with each new experience, you will gain more and more confidence in yourself and in your ability to achieve your goals. This in turn will make it easier for you to challenge those self-limiting beliefs and then push through any obstacles that may come from that. Now, this is important to note. I am not a therapist. I am not a mental health professional. I am simply speaking on my own personal experiences. And I know that this inner work is hard, it is challenging, it is difficult. So don't be afraid to seek support. If you need more guidance, I highly encourage you to talk to a mentor, a therapist, or a friend that you feel good with and that you trust that's going to help you along the way. It's also important to approach self-reflection with an open and non-judgmental attitude. And remember that self-limiting beliefs and patterns can be changed over time with effort and practice. You're not alone. There are people out there that are passionate about helping others break all of their barriers, heal their traumas, and they just want others to live their best life. I would like to note that if you are talking to a friend, maybe they're helping shine light on a new perspective on something that you're going through, please be considerate and remember not to take advantage as your punching bag. Friendships are mutual. And yeah, life has its waves. And sometimes we need a little extra encouragement, some advice, good vibes, and love. Remember that it is not their job to fix you or the situation. Be considerate of boundaries and don't just dump your woes onto your friend every single morning before they've even had their coffee. I hope that this gave you some insight and ideas on how you can apply this to your life. Becoming aware of, challenging, and reframing your thoughts takes time and practice, but by consistently challenging your self-limiting beliefs and replacing them with the positive thoughts, you can change your mindset and you can overcome those limiting beliefs that's been holding you back. It's normal to feel extremely uncomfortable when creating a new path, or to feel scared when stepping out of your comfort zone. It's a process and it's going to take some time. With patience and persistence, you will be able to break those limiting beliefs and you will be able to overcome them. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I love learning and talking about the mind. And I know that with coaching, it's way more than just what you eat or what you lift. It's a whole mind, body, spirit thing. If you don't have your mind right, odds are you won't be making the progress that you could be making. You're leaving some on the table. Don't you leave it on the table. You can be spinning your wheels and working as hard as you can, but if there's a freaking limiting belief that's blocking your way, especially if you're unaware of it or unwilling to deal with it, you'll only go so far. So no matter what you're doing, no matter what your goals are, let's focus on winning in all the ways, my dudes. Mind, body, spirit. For coaching, limitlessphysiques.com. For savings on quality supplementation, titannutrition.net, Brit20 for 20% off. For custom competition wear, bikinis, and posing suits, go to bikinilabhawaii.com, Brit10 for 10% off. And until next time, brother, you are magical.